What's up? Back at the shop with a race recap from Fort Myers. Here with Jekyll. I only brought the car to make sure that the ESC was working fine. I did a couple passes on low battery because that road I never been to before, but it actually ended up being pretty good once we got it cleaned out. Right here I'm in the process of changing over to the way I want the car, like hide. Those are the shocks I was using in the rear before. I like the Pro specs because they're a bigger bore, bigger shaft, hold more oil control. Therefore you have more control over the rear end. So when I first got there, I just put in a real wimpy tune. You see it only went 57 miles an hour. And the tunes are all in the gun. It's got 35 in the ESC and 30 in the can. So that's 65. I never mess with the timing really until I get after it. Didn't do much to it, just making passes. These are only the passes I made until Sherry beat me in the first round. Just throwing numbers at it, and not many numbers. Again, on a low battery, I think 8182. I'll show you on the data logger because I wanted to show you how the ESC was the problem. That was the best pass I got, which is for what I have in the car number-wise. I'll show you in a second. It's pretty good, actually. Almost getting into teens, and not even broke 60 mile an hour yet. As you see, this is a normal rear toe car lean. It's got heavy rear toe. I'm changing that out to my other cars to zero rear toe. If you can see, these are 1.5 degree hot racing hubs. These are just stock replacements. So that will give me zero rear toe. You just put them on the opposite side. Let me show you the gun real quick, my tune-up. The guys that know this will know that these numbers are nothing. Look at 16 and 22 on my second and third stages. I think that's funny. And it was just running pretty good. The only problem is on the big end, it was really dirty, so it was hard to stop. So basically I would just let it go. But look at the throttle, the bottom there. How long it takes right here to get to 100%. And it still went at 224. I was pretty happy with that. Let me show you the graph real quick. Let me see. Okay. Let's start here. Remember, this car has no cat pack. So you see the battery, red line, throttle is the black line, blue line is the power out. This is my actual RPMs. This is the battery. This is my ripple. So I'm checking that because I'm not running a cat pack. So you can see the run starts. Not even starts with the battery. It's only at 8.1 when I left the line. So let me move it to where the run begins. Right in there. This is my throttle curve. The numbers I had just showed you in the ESC. That's the 100, the 16, and I think the last number was a 19, which is 100% throttle. And as you can see, before the blue line would go up and maybe around 78% throttle, and it would just go da 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 da. It wasn't telling the motor out to do what it was being told. So I just wanted to show you guys the ripple at its highest point. I was told as long as it's under 1 volt, you don't need a cat pack. I didn't experience any issues. It cogged one time. It was my sensor wire. And there's my highest ripple, 1.1 volt. And this thing I think only went through like 60,000 RPM. As you can see, it's staying at 100% throttle all the way. Right there, blue. And the end of the run is right about there. And what you go to at 67. Usually goes to at 85, 90. So plenty left. I'm excited to get out there and test. As you see, those tickets only have a start, you know, and a mile an hour in ET. No other increments like 6 foot or mid. I'll be right back with Jekyll. That car is just having fun. Alright, back here with Hyde. Just having a blast with this car. I'm almost upset at myself for shelving it for a while. When I got there, I did my typical dead battery pass. Actually, I think the first pass I had to lift because we had to wait a while We kept blowing it and blowing it. The G4B guys did. They run in the race. And after a while, the track was coming around. It was just dirty between a row of buildings and a warehouse, as you guys saw. So that was my first full hit, actually. And then I just started picking away at it. 23. Best mile an hour I ever had so far right there, 68 so far with this car. Okay, so those are some of the test passes. Then we got to the first round. I had already lost with Jekyll to Sherry, so I was just barely testing that car just to make sure what I was wanting to do was working. The ESC had fixed my issues. Once I checked on the laptop, it was good, so I really concentrated on this one to try and get something done. So as you see, I lost in the first round. I got treed bad. I mean, 3,000 to 1,100, 1,300. A little bit quicker, a little bit more mile an hour, but I still lost, so I bought back. Wasn't many people there, that's why I double entered the cars, and that's why I bought back only one car, because I wasn't really concentrating on the other. So I was hearing 2.0s where some of the faster guys were going. So in round 2, I stepped it up a little bit, not much, 68 miles an hour instead of 65. So I put a little bit out of the back because I was kind of afraid that I would spin out of the line and lose a round. I don't like losing rounds, but my lights are shitty because I'm having a hard time getting used to that. So in the semis, I had a bye run, and then I had the semis, and then I stepped it up, and I almost broke 70 mile an hour at this little thing at 215. As you know, I went a 210 last week testing. So if we have all the sensors, remember this track doesn't, but Okeechobee does. They will get their sensors, so we're all working together on that. Those are the short time numbers, and the mid number, only 66 miles an hour. So, and it went at 10, so you know it's soft in the middle, and the mile an hour is what helped it get to the 15. So very happy with the car. Unfortunately, some rain came, and it was me, Christian from Miami Streets, and Juan from G4B Racing was left, and we split it 3 ways. I gave my money back to Vernon, who runs the race, so he could buy some more sensors. Some other people gave their money back. So that just tells you what it's like in drag racing. We're all there working together. The more sensors we can get to locations, we'll have better data to make our cars quicker. Awesome. I just wanted to stop in and give you guys a race update, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Maybe we'll get a W one of these days. My 6 finals this year, and I can't pull one off. Maybe soon. Y'all take care.